Hey, what's up, diesel enthusiasts? Lenny Reed, Dynomite Diesel.
Adrian Dormer here. Nice to see you guys.
So another friend that I wanted to introduce you to is this little opacity meter. It's a Wager 8600, and the reason we're using this thing is to measure the smoke output of your vehicle. I've been using this thing quite a bit here recently. We're trying to make sure that we're keeping everybody legal, making sure you're all staying out of trouble. We definitely want to not take away the power that we've been giving you for years, but we want to do it as clean as possible so we can keep everybody having fun and keeping us out of trouble. With Adrian here, who's been on the extrude hone and building injectors now for a few years, I figured with his experience in the shop, he could probably express to you a little bit of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So Adrian, what do you got?
Tell you, we got some great stuff going on. What we're really trying to do right now is make some strides forward in order to create not only horsepower, but clean horsepower for you. In the past, we've always given you that horsepower that you've wanted, you've demanded, and we've promised, but we're taking a step back right now and employing some new tools around the shop as well. Not only do we have surface grinders going, we have some EDMs going, we have the extrude hone going, so we've got a host of tools in order to create just about the perfect injector for you guys now. So we're kind of looking at increasing some volumes of fuel inside so we can increase pressure, so we can increase the atomization of the fuel as well, so you have a cleaner burn, less smoke, more power, etc. So we're really kind of step forward right now. We've employed our Powerstroke here so we can show you just what we're capable of with the Ford platform and such, with some clean horsepower.
So Adrian, you've mentioned like volume and pressure. And basically, like one of the things that we've been learning over the past few years, especially in the common rail side of things, which we're now retroing back to like mechanical, but if we can keep the volume going not only to the injector, but to the actual nozzle, that volume increases pressure. So when you start staying on the gas pedal, instead of pressure falling off at the nozzle face, we keep the volume there, the nozzle face sees the volume, it keeps the pressure up, and boom, atomization's a lot better.
Exactly.
And this little guy is way happier. So we're not losing horsepower.
Correct.
The recipes are changing quite a bit, but we're maintaining and we're still giving you the exact same horsepower you've been asking for. We're just doing it so this little guy is a lot happier than he was in the past. So it's just technology moving forward, really.
For sure. Yep.
Now, along with the lower smoke things, one of the things I've noticed is like fuel economy is getting to be a little bit better as well. The time that we spend on the injectors, going from surface grinder to EDM to some extrude hone, well, back to the extrude hone. How much were some of the recipes taking us per injector compared to now?
Definitely, yeah. Some of our old recipes, we were seeing that the extrude hone time was going into the near minutes and such, and we found that not only is that a waste of our time, but there's better ways to do it to increase the efficiency as well as the economy of the injector, and that's why we've stepped back and looking at some other modifications that we can do internally in order to make the nozzle work better, instead of trying to make the nozzle do all the work for us.
So in layman's terms, basically, it takes X amount of volume to make X amount of power.
Correct.
That volume we used to just get out of the nozzle itself.
Correct.
And now that we're not using the nozzle as hard, we're getting the pressure to the nozzle. We're still getting the volume desired to make the amount of horsepower. We're doing it with just less nozzle.
Exactly, and it's a lot happier injector too. It's working inside of its happy zone there, so not only is it more efficient, but we're really bringing it into a happier working zone for it.
And it's a lot easier for the engines to stay balanced and things like that when we've got consistent, steady pressure at the nozzle face. Yeah, it's all been good stuff. It's great to have this thing on our side. We're actually at the dyno shop right now. Like Adrian was talking about, right now we've got the pickup truck behind us. The reason we're standing in front of this truck is because this platform, the 6.7 liter Scorpion platform, probably one of the most, or if not the most, sold light truck diesel engine ever on the market. Ford's still using this engine today. It retros clear back into 13. And Ford pickup trucks, the F-250, F-350, they always outsell the GMC and the Dodge. So there's probably more of these engines on the road right now than there is anything else. Beans at the dyno shop, we'll end up using this thing, and it's kind of our daily operation. We basically come in, we strap the truck down, we dyno it. We get a baseline, we take the injectors back out, run them in the injector shop, modify injectors, try and do a little more grinding, a little less grinding, a little more extrude hone, a little less extrude hone, run the injectors back here, dyno it again, check the opacity again. If we're heading in the right direction on the power and we're heading in the right direction on the opacity, we'll tear them back out, the repeat process. It's just a constant, there is a lot of work involved.
Yes.
But the recipes that we're developing and we're designing right now, hands down, probably the best stuff on the market.
Definitely, the progression of our product is definitely number one. We need to progress so that way we know we're going in the right direction for this.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And we do feel strongly that, you know, for all of you that are out there just like running around smoking people out, like, please stop. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping the cause. You're just starting forest fires where there's not supposed to be a forest fire. Please stop. Just don't. If you don't have enough air, add more air. Like, it's more fun to go more fast, but if you're just out there smoking people out, just don't. Just don't. So anyway, back to this truck. Little SXE turbo on it, and basically stock tuning with just injectors being modified at this point. That way we can constantly just work on just the injector, not the entire truck. So when somebody buys a set of injectors from us, they're not having to get a custom profile rope just to run those injectors. So that's another thing to consider, you know, as well. Like when you go to purchase injectors, if you need to replace one injector, this is the way you can do it. If you need to replace all 8 injectors without having to buy custom tuning, this is the way you can do it. So we're really trying to think about all these things. Yeah, so I guess we'll see how we do, right?
Let's see what she does.
Right on.
All right.
Thanks, guys.